Hey everyone, welcome back to another bonus episode of Horror Talks with Tate. My name is Tate Irons and I'm the host of the podcast. And welcome back to season 13 interview collection. So today we have another special guest who is Wayne Edge, who is an actor for the upcoming movie season 13. So Wayne, how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
That's so great to hear.
Excited to talk about the project. It's
Yeah,
obviously with how these things sort of go, there's so much information which I could slip up on, and I've got to be very careful not to sort of unveil anything of the plot. So I'll
yeah,
try
that's
my
so
best to be as conscientious as possible.
Yeah, that is so fair. So I'm gonna ask you, what got you into acting, especially in the horror genre?
So acting in general, I've got quite the. I'll try and shorten this as much as possible because it's a little bit of a life story. Before I was acting, I was trying to be a skateboarder. I'd skated from really early age, and I had a tear in my left knee. After that
Oh,
tear, I sort of started. I broke a lot of bones because I sort of had like a phantom weird thing where I'd sort of like walk up steps and miss steps, and just my leg doesn't, even to this day, it doesn't feel really right. Broke my left ankle, got a big plate put into it, and then 3 months later I broke my right ankle. And I can remember just being in hospital thinking, what the hell am I going to do? There was I dreamt of, moving away and going to Los Angeles and, being in the big skate scene. This is quite some years ago before like YouTube and Instagram and all that sort of stuff. So while I was in hospital, there was a film director there, and he was making a film locally. And he was like, "Oh, you should," I'd sort of gave him my sob story that I would, woe is me. I didn't know what I was going to do. And he was like, "Oh, come and join in on the film." And it was a World War II film. I was just a background guy at the time, but they shot me, and then I think I had a shave, so I had like a beard at first. I cut my
oh,
beard down, so then I was playing a different character. Then I was killed again. Then the mustache went off. Then I think I changed my hair, and I just carried. I was so like enthusiastic, and then that sort of transpired to getting an agent, working my way through, and yeah, it's a long time. I've been probably acting now for well over 12, maybe 15 years. Um, since 2014. So yeah, it's a good amount of time. And just recently, have you spoken to Alex Butler yet?
and I had spoke with him like the other years, but I haven't talked to him about season 13 yet.
Okay, well, it was. I was in a car with him. We were working on another project, and I'd sort
Mhm.
of said I'd love to do horror. I've always been a horror fan since a little kid. I was just obsessed with all the horror genre. Funny thing, I was always like scared of like ET. That was the scariest thing for me. But I could watch, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, all that sort of stuff, and it didn't really bother me. So I was a big horror enthusiast, and I'd spoken with Alex, and I said, I'm looking to do a horror film. He's like, I know just the guy who's making one, Jack Hoy. So I compiled I sort of message Jack prior to him sort of announcing a casting,
Mhm.
received the sides, did a tape, and yeah, here we are.
Wow, that's amazing. Like, I mean, I'm sorry to hear about you've broken a lot of bones, but
Oh, yeah. In theory, like to do something in the horror genre, you sort of get to. I know how it feels to have some pretty horrendous stuff happen. Like I
oh
nearly lost my leg at one point, so it was pretty bad.
yeah, I bet it was bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really great story of how he got into acting. Like, that's a great.
There's obviously that's the short version. There's so much sort of been so many tangents, and it's not the easiest thing to get into. It's very difficult. Obviously there's tons and tons and tons of training. It sounds very fanciful to be like, oh, I was a skateboarder and then now I'm an actor. It's been a hell of a journey.
Yeah, I bet it was a journey.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so since that you like horror, what is your favorite horror film or franchise?
So I've been thinking about this. I a lot of like I always like the original the majority of the time.
Hmm.
But I want to say something like Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream. There's many in there, but what's really taken my favor recently has been the Terrifier sort of films, which they're sort of pushing out. The fact that they're so gory, and also the fact that they sort of promote. I'm in a position now where I'm trying to push for as many lead roles as possible. We do lots and lots of different TV pilots, and often I will do a TV pilot. It'll be great. It may get financing from big studios, but then they'll then want to replace someone like myself for Henry Cavill or Jake Gyllenhaal because of their status. Do you see what I mean? So
Yeah,
for people to pledge the money, they need a name. So like personally, I'm trying to work on getting that name, but to see the Terrifier films, I know Damien sort of pushes for his talent to stay fixed, and I think for this newest one, he received quite a larger chunk of money, and he stayed with the same actors, which is it speaks for itself, and the fact that it's so awesome, it's so gory, it's brutal. I know you're a fan of like Ice Nine Kills as well, with them sort of pushing the Terrifier franchise with their music and stuff. It's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, definitely. I mean, I love Terrifier as well. I mean, people was asking me like, what's my favorite scene, and I said like, well, for Terrifier 3, I love the shower scene because like that was a lot.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love what he did with Santa in the bar,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, it's just yeah,
Mm.
disgusting terror. But he's yeah, big fan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan too. So yeah, I cannot wait for Terrifier 4 to come out. Mhm.
I think that's going to be some sort of prequel, isn't it? So it's going to be Art's backstory, I think, or maybe I've read into that
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
Or they may explore why he's the way he is, and
yeah, because like Damien did said that in the first 15 minutes of the movie, they're going to reveal Art's backstory
that's it. Yeah,
before going into what's next in the story.
yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, yeah, I cannot wait to see what the backstory is. Hmm.
Because it's weird because I think the third one was more sort of there's more mythology and it was more supernatural in a sense, wasn't it? So before it almost felt like you could kill Art, you could wound him and maybe take him out. Whereas in the third one, he's like, yeah, he's essentially like Freddy or Jason or someone, isn't he? Now
Yeah.
he's unstoppable. I've just noticed you've got an Ice Nine Kills t-shirt on as well.
Yeah, yeah, I do have the Ice and Kill t-shirt. I'm going to the concert in September, so I
Oh,
cannot wait for
sweet.
it.
I guess that's the one that's just come through like Europe and things
Yeah,
with.
yeah, think so because like in the one that's coming in Australia, Ice and Kills is actually a special guest to another band called Electric Callboy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sick.
so yeah, I cannot wait for it.
Have you seen those guys before?
No, I haven't. I only went to one concert, and it was back in the 12th of November, and it was Metallica.
Awesome. That's a good one to start with.
Yeah, it definitely was. It because they had the special guest, which is Evanescence and Suicidal Tendencies. So
Sweet. Awesome.
yeah, yeah, I really loved it.
Cool.
Yeah. Um, what are there any upcoming projects that you're excited about?
What for me personally, or
Yeah,
in yeah.
yeah, like for you personally.
But there's actually a project which me so the project which I sort of was speaking with Alex about season 13 for the one which I was working on at the time. I'm also with Shaylee as well. That's called Belief. And again, I'm in the predicament of trying not to ruin any sort of plot spoilers. But the premise of this is it'll hopefully it'll get picked up by a TV channel and be promoted on TV or Netflix. But for the moment, we're pushing. We're doing as much as we can, to sort of gather the footage for the episodes, and it's basically we have, I say we collectively, or the characters in the show have an island where they have children, and they can tell them from an early age that they have abilities, and with that belief, they can then do things like telekinesis and lots of essentially like superpowers. And then
Yeah.
there's a lot of sort of chaos and political happenings, which yeah,
Mhm.
which make a really cool story. Again, I'm
Yeah.
trying so carefully not to sort of ruin any plot pieces there,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a lot of
It's
fun. And
hard.
yeah, but working with
Mm.
like Alex and Shaylee is incredible because they're both so good. So
Yeah. Yeah. They both are so good. Like, yeah. Yeah. I cannot wait to chat with them. I mean, Shaylee is like at 11, so it's close.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
then today
So now
I've
I'm
just
gonna.
cast.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I've just landed today. I've been cast in a vampire horror film. Um,
Oh.
I, I can't give too much get away again, but it's something that's going to be shot in 2026. So we may be talking again sooner
Yeah,
rather
that'll be
than
cool.
so.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna ask you the question about season 13 because I I had a chat with Lewis about it, and he told me that the goal is gonna be like Terrifier, and like he did say like if you like Terrifier, then you'll definitely love this movie. So yeah, I cannot wait to see it. So I'm gonna ask you, how did you get involved in this film?
Oh yeah, so it was same with Alex, just sort of speaking with him, and then he gave a note to Jack to say that I was interested, and then I was able to read for the part. Um,
Hmm,
so
that's really cool. Yeah.
yeah, it does help when you know people and you can sort of yeah, they can put a word in and say that they've worked with me before. We had an extremely tight shooting schedule, so the
Hmm.
the cast and crew blew my mind. Really, everyone was so good. There was every chance that you could sort of arrive on set, and if there was one person who wasn't sort of versed and ready to go, it would have cost a lot of time. So
Yeah,
um,
yeah, it
yeah,
definitely would. So yeah, that's really cool because like I did have an interview with Jack Hoy a long time ago, but that was when we were talking about the haunting at Jack the Ripper's house, which was made by Stephen Staley and Natasha Tossini.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, Jack Hoy is really nice.
yeah, really good guy, awesome actor, fantastic director. Um, yeah, I'm absolutely like ridiculously excited to see this thing get released because everyone worked so hard on it.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm so looking forward to it. And when I get to see it, I'll definitely put a review on it and like I'll let all of you know what I think of it.
Oh no, thank you, appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no problem, mate. So what was it like working with the cast and crew?
So again, I was familiar with Alex Shaylee, the DOP, Sean Loki films.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so there was a lot of familiar faces, and everyone. If I didn't know anyone directly, one of the people I knew had also worked with them. So again, it brought everyone in together really close. We all stayed in this big, sort of huge Airbnb, and first night we all just chilled out. We had a bit of a script read, and it was very obvious that everyone was going to get on. It was I don't know if you have like Big Brother in Australia. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
By
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have like Big Brother in Australia. They just finished it in Australia.
yeah, well, we were essentially living in like a Big Brother house with all these people, all the cast and
Mm.
crew. So it was kind of surreal being in there.
Yeah, like I remember Lewis did tell me that season 13 is sort of like like a horror version of Big Brother. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it was like a little bit sort of like a Love Island sort of crossover. So there was like couples
Yeah, yeah.
The premise of the film is that these couples have been kidnapped and are then going through a series of sort of sadistic games, which Lewis, the host, is sort of orchestrating.
What? Wow, that does sound like the movie's gonna be like violent and like gruesome. So that's totally on my list.
Yeah, yeah, you'll be a
Yeah, like
fan.
yeah, yeah, it'll be so cool. What do you like about season 13?
I liked that we used practical effects. I originally, as an actor, we read lots and lots of different scripts, and this one, the second I sort of delved into it, I was like, yeah, I get this. This is
Yeah,
exactly what I want to be watching, you know. And again, I think we share a sort of similar taste in horror films. You'll know from pretty much the first scene, it's like, yeah, this is going to be
yeah,
something I want to watch. So
yeah, yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be so cool. Like I'm gonna totally like watch it right away as soon as it comes out.
thank you.
No problem. Um, were there any particular challenges you faced when filming the movie?
Um, as in personally or just as a whole?
Y- like like in person
Yeah.
when filming.
So like for me, the I played Mason, and Mason was or is very selfish, self-centered. He's in a relationship with Katie, but he's not essentially too bothered about her welfare. As soon as he's put in
Mm,
that predicament where he's got to survive, the animalistic instinct kicks in, and he's on his own, regardless of the people who are around him. So what's quite difficult is we filmed everything chronologically as well, so everything felt very real for me. You know, we sort of wake up in this room and then it's like boom, go. So the initial sort of instinct for me was just get out of there, escape, and he's not a very nice guy. You know, he's playing all the
mm,
tricks to get out. Um, then I have a moment where I sort of, you know, like if you capture an animal, it sort of tries to escape and then it gives up. It was quite hard to do that giving up part because I was still again filming chronologically. I wanted to get out, but it was just absolutely bonkers, and I had to like just bring that down to
yeah.
not because it was just so overwhelming. So it was quite interesting to find like the performance when there's no sort of attention on me, there's no camera on me. You know what is Mason trying to do? You know, and little micro movements again when the other guys were getting their close ups. I sort of tried to stay in character the whole time throughout. So it helped keep again with the tight filming schedule. There was no other real option for me, so that was
Yeah.
definitely a challenge to keep the intensity really high and just play it as truthful as possible. Again, with horror films, you know, if you drop the ball for 1 second and you're not terrified or scared or trying to get out and feeling what is essentially going on in the moment, it won't transpire too well for the audience.
Oh yeah, that's totally true. So yeah, that was like a that would be like a hard challenge that you face.
Yeah, it's super draining. Again, I've never done anything where the whole film is so intense from start to finish. So to keep that intensity up, it was a big challenge, but it hopefully it worked. We'll soon see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I cannot wait to see how your character goes like in the movie. So yeah, looking forward to it. I think I have one more question about season 13. Um, what do you hope the audience feel when they see the movie?
So I'd sort of based Mason off. I have to do quite a lot of driving at the moment as an actor.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
based in the middle of the UK, and a lot of auditions, particularly recalls, take place down south. You know, I'm never sort of shooting at home, so I'm driving all over the place. And I find like a lot of drivers,
Mm,
everyone's in it for themselves. The second they step into their car, they are obnoxious, aggressive. I'm summarizing, but that's how it sort of feels when I jump in the car. Everyone's got this bravado, and there's almost like a hatred towards other people as well. No one's really conscientious when they get in a car, and I'd sort of embodied that feeling of Mason just not caring at all. It's all about him. And when the host arrives, Lewis, that would essentially be like the police. And then I was like, holy shit, I've got to sort of behave because I don't want to die. I'm trying to keep this. Then once they're out, then I'm trying to then attain control again of the entire room. So I think I want people to feel, obviously there's the sickness, the terror of it being sort of a quote unquote horror film, but I want them to sort of sympathize and see who this guy, I think all the characters are embodiments of everyone, and everyone's got a different sort of survival mechanism.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd like them to see the sort of the humanity in this guy. He makes the wrong choices, but I think if
oh
you
yeah,
collect 100 people right now and put them in a room and see what they actually did,
oh yeah.
there'd be some very interesting sort of findings. So
Yeah, yeah, I bet it would be. So, because I think like because of how Lewis said about the gore sort of stimulates a terrifier, um, it might get people like a bit like sick, like probably like a bit sick. Because I mean, like when Terrifier was in the cinemas, people like passed out and vomited when seeing it, and like I
yeah,
wasn't expecting that.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's again because I was bottle fed horror films. Like it's just you, you know it's a film sort of thing. But
yeah,
uh, the again the premise of the film is absolute horror, violence, gore. So whatever people feel after seeing that will definitely come to the surface.
yeah, yeah. That's so true. Cause like I'll totally love this movie. Cause like I love like because of my favorite type of horror movies is like uh gory slasher and like Terrifier, and I love supernatural and like comedy horror. So
Awesome. I'd say there's elements of comedy horror in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
um
but it's a sick, sadistic sort of comedy horror. Do you know what I mean? So you look between the lines to find the humor there, but there is definitely elements there.
yeah, that is so true. Yes. So yeah, I cannot wait to see like the movie, and I hope the movie gets a lot of good reviews.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Again, just I don't know how long this is going to actually take to. It may be a year or so now. We'll see. But there's a lot of moving parts. So the second
Yeah,
Jack and Liz can get this out, I'm sure they will.
I mean I will wait patiently for the movie. So yeah, it takes time. So I cannot wait for it. Mhm.
No, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all the questions. So I mean, thank you so much for like coming along to chat with me.
Well, thank you, Tate. It's been awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it was so great to meet you, and I cannot wait to see how your character goes for season 13.
Cheers, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, guys, if you are interested in seeing season 13, then go check it out when it comes out. And so remember to follow season 13's Instagram and Facebook to like stay tuned and check out Wayne's so social medias for like his work. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the movie when it comes out. So thank you so much for listening or watching this interview. And thank you so much again, Wayne, for your time to come and chat with me.
Cheers, Tate. Thank you.
Mm, no problem. So, guys, make sure to stay spooky, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.